Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Twilight Romance. Today we're going to begin on Leo's route because that seems to be a very central theme to the story, the whole fact that my blood is supposed to be like his special sacrifice for the ceremony and all. So I'm really curious to find out more about this whole aspect of the story. So we're going to go ahead and read his, let's see, age 17, height 175 centimeters, head of the vampire family, aloof and mysterious. Leo has the strong resolve required to lead this family, and he can never show weakness to anyone, yet he slowly shows changes as he becomes more intimate with you. But not intimate enough. So, main story. Yeah, I'm gonna start reading 2 episodes per video, because these are really short. Episode 1. I walked through the shopping district, which was my usual way home together with Leo. The sunset was redder than usual. Is something the matter? Why do you ask? No, I'm alright. After that, I, under the orders of the 2 policemen, was going to meet Leo's little brother, Ray. I guess we didn't meet him. Wait, didn't we meet him in the prologue? This is what happens when you get old, you lose your memory. Well, actually, I didn't really have much of one to begin with. Can't really blame age on that one. The decision was made in the crimson-colored rec room. Well, that's that. Dirili will be going to the Applebys as per invitation.
Come on, wasn't protecting her supposed to be the mission?
Maizumi gave the irritated Akira a cold stare.
Our overall objective is to find out as much as we can about Ray. The issue is Ray, aside from being a blood-drinking pika, may also have abilities like myself.
It's commonly heard that a pika eats ice or earth, but in Ray's case it seems to be blood. Ice doesn't count as pika! What do you mean by abilities?
Well, there are people in this world that have special powers. Shion is one of them.
I can erase memories. That's why I'm cooperating, since we don't know much about Ray.
There's no way I'm going to let her go while she'll be in danger.
Don't worry. Aside from the 2 policemen, I'll protect her.
Yeah, somehow you seem the least able to protect me. I mean, just visually. We know he has his own abilities, but still. I don't think it's very reassuring to Akira. After seeing Leo say that with such conviction in his eyes, I quietly gave a nod.
But...
No buts, young man.
It will be alright. I'm going too.
Somehow, really, Shion's the only one that I find comforting being in this whole group. Well, I guess, and Akahoshi, but just to look, you wouldn't think that the rest of them would be particularly strong. Upon hearing Mr. Albert, who's usually carefree, Akira mumbled, as he couldn't conceal his anger.
That's the reason why I'm freaking out.
Akira, don't worry about me. This is my decision.
Fine.
Oh, he's smiling, though. I guess he accepted because I said so.
I can tell something's on your mind.
No, it's nothing.
Why did you want to come with me?
I did? First option. No, we're gonna say I want some excitement. I need some excitement in my life. And I think you could provide that.
From the looks of it, you want more from your daily life.
I quietly gave a nod.
I see. Then I'll make your days as exciting as possible.
Well, maybe not that exciting. As Leo said that, he placed his hand on my chin. The way we were positioned, it seemed like he was going to kiss me, so I shook his hand off in a fluster. Leo chuckled as he watched me lose my composure. Aw, you missed your opportunity, girl.
Ah, by the way, the teacher placed me, the albino, in your care, since I sit next to you, right?
Yeah, but I don't really get why you'd need it.
My skin can't create pigments, which makes me hate sunlight from the bad sunburns I get. On the other hand, I like dark places. Simply put, I'm just like a vampire.
Just like a vampire. Vampire? Without saying it aloud, I said that word repeatedly in my heart. It was then I remembered those red eyes. No, it couldn't be. And without answering, Leo charmingly smiled. But that smile didn't last, as he was soon very serious.
Stop sneaking around and come out where we can see you.
Leo was talking to someone behind us. Is it Shion? Oh, nope, Akira, I should have expected that. I looked behind to see Akira was following us. Akira, why are you here? You know why.
You shouldn't stay near these guys.
But As I hesitated, Leo held my shoulder and incited.
Let's hurry up, the sun is setting soon.
Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah, we're just totally ignoring you, bud. As I ignored Akira's resistance, I hurried to follow Leo. Sorry, Akira. Don't worry, you'll get your turn. Leo's home was set deep within the forest. Tucked away quietly in the middle of a forest was the kind of fancy mansion that you'd want to live in upon laying eyes on it. In the entranceway, Mr. Albert was waiting.
We were waiting for your return, Mr. Leo.
I'm home, Albert. I brought with me Dirili.
I wonder who this Mr. Albert is to Leo. I must have been an open book.
Albert is my family's butler. He also just happens to be standing in as a teacher, though.
Man, as the king of vampires, he's doing all kinds of stuff. Playing all kinds of roles, and none of them worthy of his station.
Also, Albert has lived in this country for a long time. He's the one that taught me this language.
So that's why you can speak it so fluently.
You're late, brother.
Suddenly, Ray appeared before me, silently causing my heart to nearly leap from my chest. I wonder if that's a special ability of his. Thoughts lingered on those red eyes from the time I was attacked, causing my heart to continue to beat faster.
Who's she?
Like you don't know. It seems like he doesn't remember who I am, like he's never met me before. A pika, was it? They eat things you normally wouldn't. Maybe he doesn't remember.
I sit next to her, and the teacher placed me under her care. In return, I'm treating her to dinner.
I'm Dirili, from the same class as Leo.
I already did my intro, but I'm his younger twin brother, Ray. Nice to meet ya.
As he said that, Leo smiled. With such a different personality, compared to when I was attacked, my doubts increased. Could it be he has a split personality? Also, that might not have been Ray?
Now then, dinner is ready. Please head over to the grand hall.
While I had been thinking, Mr. Albert freely interjected. I forgot. I hadn't called home about this yet. Though I say home, it's Akira's home. I don't have any relatives.
As a butler and as her teacher, I have done that for you. I took the liberty of doing so.
Why, thank you, Albert. Then, if that's the case, don't mind if I do. It is true that I wanted some excitement, but even with the police secretly watching out for me, I was still scared somewhere inside myself.
Well then, please take a seat and wait.
The mansion's grand hall was magnificent, gorgeous, like from the looks of a western castle. I would like to live in a place like this for once.
Do you like this place?
Yes. Suddenly talking, Ray startled me. I tried my best not to seem surprised. But Leo, Mayazumi, and everyone will be somewhere.
Then we aren't too late for the coronation, right, brother?
At that moment, the kind expression Leo had been having until now turned over to sharply gaze at Ray.
Ray, aren't you talking a bit too much?
Coronation? What are they talking about? The day when he drinks her blood. But what had taken my interest more than the question was the door I looked at. After hearing a soft knock, Albert entered in, making me feel relieved.
Oh, what is the matter? If everyone doesn't take a seat, the dinner will get cold.
Choose your action. I'll sit next to Leo. We'll just stake our claim right away. I gently took my seat next to Leo's. Why am I taking my seat so gently?
I apologize. Ray says some unusual things from time to time.
Leo apologized to me in a quiet voice. Don't worry, you promised me that you would protect me. And I trust you, I guess.
Here is your dinner, Miss Dirili. Please enjoy it as much as you can.
After that, dinner continued on without an issue. Ray enjoyed conversing with us. Did you make all this by yourself? I wonder what in the world is going on. This feels like a really weird dinner.
Yes, of course. I am really glad that you are enjoying the meal.
Albert is really skilled. He's also an amazing painter.
Ah, he's very accomplished.
I thank you very much for the praise. Now then, I shall bring out the dessert.
At that moment, Ray suddenly said,
I would like to have some blood.
Well, that was blunt. The atmosphere became heavy and uncomfortable again. So Ray is really a pika. To divert the flow of the conversation, I spoke up. Does Leo avoid direct light for his own sake? I thought I had asked a normal question, but Ray laughed out loud.
For his health. Bro, Does she really care about you that much?
Ray, behave yourself.
Also, if you don't think you can perform the coronation, can I perform it for you instead?
Leo glared at Ray, who had been grinning and chatting.
Okay, I get it.
Do you?
Ray coldly responded as he stood up and left his seat.
Leo, if possible, you two should try to get along better.
I would like to do that too. Dirili, I apologize. Did he scare you?
I shook my head in disagreement, which made Leo smile.
Okay then, Albert. Please serve the dessert.
But I was so disturbed that I couldn't taste the exact flavor of the dessert that was served. Oh, what a waste. To be continued, which fortunately is now.
Well then, I think we're done for today.
After finishing up the dessert we were served, it was finally time to go home. It's time to go home. This place is scary, but I want to be with Leo a bit longer. I felt relieved, but I really wanted to talk with Leo for a bit more.
Dirili, I'll go with you.
That's a good compromise.
Oh, quite enthusiastic there, bro.
Ray had returned to the main hall, leaning upon the door.
Ray, why did you come here?
He lives here. He can go wherever he pleases.
She's a rare guest, so I thought about seeing her off if she's going home. On that note, is there any reason you speak this way to your only blood relative? Have I done nothing wrong?
Ray's words were softly spoken, but his expression was stiff. Only blood relative? They don't have any other relatives? They're not related to Albert?
You can't answer me, huh?
Ray, don't you dare get close to Dirili.
Are you saying that as my brother? Or is that a command?
Upon saying that, Ray started to walk toward me slowly. Well, apparently whichever one it was, he doesn't care. Leo stood up from his seat, taking my hand as we ran off. His hand was quite cold. What is happening here? I don't know, this is all getting weird and surreal. Totally not at all like Shion's route. After we ran with our hands together, we reached a luxurious room. And I saw some of Leo's personal belongings he had brought to school. Could it be Leo's room? There's no windows, huh? While I was catching my breath, I looked around the room. But Leo wasn't out of breath. I guess he works out? Does lots of cardio. But I felt uneasy as I saw Leo looking like he was in pain, even though he wasn't out of breath. Do you need blood?
Ray will not come here, especially my room, because he doesn't like me.
Hearing Leo say that mellowly pained my heart.
Dirili, don't ever get close to him. To Ray.
Choose my action? It's okay, I'm alright. That doesn't seem like an appropriate response. It's like, kinda has nothing to do with anything. It's okay, I'm alright.
But, Dirili, Ray wants to...
Whether or not it was because he noticed his lack of composure, Leo straightened himself up and faced me.
That aside, I'm against this plan. It's too dangerous.
But you saved me just now. If you protect me like you just did, I'll be fine. When Ray was closing in on me, I was a bit scared. But because you were at my side... Leo looked surprised. But that expression soon turned into a smile.
I wonder if you were really saved.
Saying that, Leo held my chin. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, huh?
Aren't you scared? Alone with me in my room?
I stopped moving at the thought that I might be almost kissed again.
Oh, why don't you run away?
Leo slowly removed his hand from my chin, while I was left speechless as to how to answer. Why did you stop? You're such a tease, Leo. Take the kiss as a reward for rescuing me from Ray. It's because My heart started to throb so much that I couldn't hold it in. Seeing that I was completely speechless, Leo just smiled at me and offered me some kind words.
This time I'll make sure you get home. I'll escort you.
In the forest that surrounded the mansion, we walked with the full moon shining upon us. In the cold midnight wind, and under the full moonlight, Leo looked joyful. Does he like the moonlight? Since his attitude was so much different than before, I unintentionally asked him, Do you like the moonlight?
Does it seem like it? I like places that are just as dark as here. When it's too light, it stings because I'm an albino.
He looked at me with a beautiful smile. A smile that made me want to glance away. Whether or not he knew what I was thinking, he chuckled a bit and stopped to look up at the full moon. His albino white skin stood out within the darkness under the moonlight. It looked heavenly.
At least it doesn't sparkle.
Beautiful. I noticed I had said that out loud. I mean, the moon! I was talking about the moon. Leo for the moment looked at me with a surprised expression, but that expression soon changed back into that fascinating smile.
Do you think so? I think you look more beautiful.
Upon saying that, he pulled me in closer. Is this our third almost kiss? We stopped right when our lips were about to touch. Why? Why is he so flirtatious?
Should we reserve this for another time?
No. He whispered into my ear. After he released me, my body was frozen from the tease. Why do you do this to me?
What if I said, it's because it's you, Dirili?
You're teasing me, aren't you?
No, it can only be you, Dirili. From the moment I saw you, I knew.
When you say things like that, But there was nothing to say after that. Although Akira has shown gratitude to me before, I've never been told something like this so bluntly from another guy.
There's no need to be so reserved around me. Speak your mind. When you trail off like that, it makes you feel distant.
As I searched for the chance to refute, I kept nodding in agreement. The more he talks, the more I realize I'm letting him control the conversation. But maybe that's what I want, to be controlled. Maybe all I wanted was some kind of invisible scar to give feeling to my mundane life. But I also know that I don't like pain.
What are you thinking about?
Weird stuff. Again, Leo leans in closer to me. Have you ever thought about escaping from your daily life, Leo? Have you ever felt that the same daily routine will continue like this forever? Leo looked at me with an unusual expression.
Dirili, was that what you were thinking about?
Yeah, I think I was.
Well, at least after you asked. I think that would have happened to me, forever continuing the same cycle, or even more.
And then Leo displayed a sad and pained face. But you promised me, Leo, that you would make my days more thrilling. So wouldn't that mean your days would be more thrilling too?
Dirili, you are a mysterious person.
His sad-looking expression disappeared. I felt relieved upon seeing this. And just as suddenly, Leo's face became serious. Oh, that didn't last long. So much for that relief.
Have you ever thought about the following under this beautiful moonlit night?
What does that mean? Huh?
That within this darkness, there may be something unworldly crawling around.
Choose your action. Yes, I think so too, I guess. If you say so. Yes, I think so too. It wouldn't be strange if such things exist. Leo chuckled at my remark. In fact, there's one right in front of you, right now.
Well, there are things we still don't know, but it may be better to keep it that way.
Leo looked at me with a very serious look as he said those words. What is the matter with Leo? His expression is sharper than usual. Leo, are you hiding something? Is it related to what's happening?
Who knows? Maybe it does.
You and your crypticness. His expression turned back to his usual smile. Noticing the sudden change he made, I wanted to ask questions.
If you learn about me on your own, there's no need to tell you, right?
So you want me to get to know you as a friend? Upon saying that much, I noticed Leo giving me a charming smile.
Just as friends?
I mean... Leo laughed as he noticed I had stumbled on my own words.
You're very honest, Dirili, more than any human I know.
I wonder. Say often tells me otherwise.
Well, to me you are. Well then, it's getting late, so let's hurry on.
Okay. If he's hinting at not as friends, he must mean something deeper, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. But I decided to not ask that question. To be continued in episode 3. So yeah, next video, episodes 3 and 4. Could he be any more confusing? This whole thing has just been a very confusing episode between Leo and Ray, and the way both of those two have been acting. I guess this is one of those games where the characters act differently in the different routes, so you can't really expect a consistent story across the board. But I guess we'll see. Hope to see you in the next episode to find out. See if we can see any more about the structure. Hope to see you there or in some of my other videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me. and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye bye, everybody.